The Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome to Missoula, Montana, everyone. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are ready to go for game number 10 on the Northwest Regional Tournament. Hello, everyone in Cheyenne, Wyoming, listening in on KFBC. We are ready to go for a game between Wyoming and Hawaii at the Northwest Regional Tournament, and win or go home on today's 4 o'clock game here in Missoula. Let's go ahead and start with our starting lineups, and we'll start with Wyoming, who is the visiting team on today's game. Braxton Ennis, number 8, the center fielder, will lead things off. Batting second will be number 13, Nico Vite. He is the second baseman. Batting third will be number 3, Ryan Andrian. He is the pitcher today. Max Pedroza will be behind the plate as the wall. He's number 7, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, number 5, R.J. Prince. Batting sixth is number 50, Cody Brooks. He'll be holding down the first base. In right field will be number 17, Finley Hastings, batting seventh. Batting eighth will be number 22, Dawson McCleary. He is the shortstop, and rounding it out, the left fielder, number 14, Jackson Hesford. Now we go to and as I mentioned, the pitcher is Ryan Andrian. Now we go to Hawaii, number 23, Matt Arabal. He will be at the shortstop position. Akia Arichi, number 9, will be in left field, batting second. Batting third will be Devin Kapurkas. He is the second baseman. The right fielder, number 7, Christian Onomura, will bat fourth. Batting fifth is Kobe Russell. He will be the catcher today, number 24. The designated hitter will bat sixth. That's number 4, Shiloh K.O. And Jerem Sugimoto, number 22, the first baseman, to bat seventh. Batting eighth is Zach Alcos, number 25, and the third baseman, and the center fielder will round things out. That's number 5, Paul Misarucci. So they're getting ready for the American Legion Code of Honor. Our umpires today will be Eric Holden. Behind the plate, first base will be Chris Aldinger. Second base is Brian Larson. And third base is Max Cannon. So we're just about ready to do our national anthem. We'll step aside for 2 minutes on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and on KFBC Cheyenne. We'll be back with first pitch right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their one-third sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN, the Missoula Prep Sports Network, and KFBC Cheyenne as we're ready for first pitch. The ceremonial first pitch is on its way, and it'll be outside. Outside corner is what they tell us. So we are ready to go for our first pitch between Hawaii and Wyoming. And folks, I'm hoping Wyoming still got some gas in the tank, as they would have a long one last night. They would play Idaho, and Idaho would stretch it out last night. And Wyoming coming back and pushing off the 10-run rule in the fifth inning, and they would end up coming in, rallying back 15-9. That was a 3-hour game last night. And those ones, when they stretch out like that, sometimes it's hard to recover the next day. So my hope is that Wyoming's got some gas in the tank. Now for Hawaii, they would play a couple of good games and have been advancing on throughout the tournament off of consistent play. And that's the other thing about Wyoming, is they have been consistent throughout the tournament as well. So very impressed with the two teams. We're down to 5 teams in the tournament, and at the end of this game we'll be down to 4. So Alaska sent home after a loss to Montana 16-3 in our 1 o'clock game. So we go to the current game with Hawaii hosting Wyoming. Winner moves on, and we'll face the winner of Washington and Idaho tonight at 7 o'clock. So we get ready to go here, and Washington has been making their way through the tournament. Washington and Idaho, the only 2 undefeated teams. So by the end of tonight, we will be back and forth. And simulcasting in Cheyenne. Not quite sure if Keith Kelly can get me back there. So we'll check in with him for a moment as we get ready for first pitch. Okay, perfect. He just came back and said, got it. So just want to make sure that we get you fine people in Cheyenne, Wyoming, their game. Keith has been a great help getting us ready here and working with us. So glad that we're able to bring those games back to Cheyenne, so you guys can hear them in. When Keith gave me a call on Monday, I was very excited to hear from him. So we're going to do a good job here, and we're ready to go as Braxton Ennis will lead things off. It's Ryan Andrian and Gabe Ballesteros, our pitchers for today's games, as Ennis comes to the plate. Vitae goes to the on-deck circle, and Andrian is in the hole. Ballesteros with the first pitch, and it will come in at 4:04. And we've got a game time temp of 100 degrees here, folks. I know Keith Kelly just sent me a text saying it's a lovely 83 degrees in Cheyenne, so a little envious of the folks back there. First pitch was a strike. Second pitch will slide over the plate for strike 2. So Braxton Ennis, the center fielder, starting things off with Nico Vitae in the on-deck circle. And Wyoming wearing the old-timey jerseys today. Here's the pitch. And we'll get ball one as Ennis lets it roll by. So 1-2 on the count. Leadoff man. They've got their white jerseys. It says post 6 in the old baseball block letters across the front of the jersey in black, and the number is on the back in black. And Ennis will be struck out to start the game for out number 1. Struck out looking. So we go to Nico Vite, the second baseman, number 13. It's a navy blue number with a scarlet fringe on the outside of the number. Wearing the knee-high socks, stirrups, black socks, navy socks with a white stripe on them. Here's the pitch. And this one will bounce out. Third baseman will pick it up. The throw to first is on target, and we've got 2 outs here in the bottom or top of the first inning. That takes us to the pitcher, number 3, Ryan Andren. Now for Hawaii, they've got some interesting jerseys. Last night's jerseys for Wyoming, just a little note on them. That was my style points for the tournament so far. Hawaii's right up there with them. They've got white pants with gold and blue stripes down the side. Here's the pitch to Andren, and it's low for ball 1. They've got a gold body on the shirt, and then it's got a little bit of a camo design on the bottom of the shirt and down the sleeves, white, gold, and black. They've got a white number, wearing their black hats with the white mesh, as we have strike 1, even count at 1, pitch on the way, and that'll slide over the plate for strike 2. So Gabe Ballesteros getting right to work against Wyoming, 2 down and nobody on. Here's the pitch. And that one will hop in front of the fringe to get us ball 1. Our plate umpire, Eric Holden. He'll point to the mound, and now the stretch by Ballesteros. Swung on, it will have contact as it goes back into the catcher. Keeps us at 2-2 on the count, and Andren will pick the ball up and hand it to Holden. So Ryan Andren will settle in, and we'll have the 2-2 pitch by Ballesteros. Swung on, and strikeouts to bookend the inning. We go to the bottom of the first, scoreless between Wyoming and Hawaii. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. mpsn.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, a tint of childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of the 2018 American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament, saying hello to our friends on KFBC Cheyenne in Wyoming. It's the bottom of the first, nobody with a run yet, nobody with a runner on base yet, as we have Ryan Andren on the bump for Wyoming to start the game out. It's Matt Arabal, Akia Arichi, and Devin Kapuris for Hawaii. Daven. As Matt Arabal, the shortstop, comes to the plate. So Arabal to come up, and just interested to see where Wyoming's pitching staff lies today, because there was a lot that they went through yesterday. So hope that everybody's arms are healthy. Most important thing is that these young men, who are students before athletes, are ready to go. This one's going to be blasted to the first baseman. The race to the bag will be won by the first baseman. And we've got one out. One pitch, one out. That's what you want from your pitcher and the defensive side of the ball. So we go to Akia Arichi, the left fielder. Here's the pitch to Arichi, and it's going to be outside for a ball. Now looking at things here for Wyoming. As we settle in, and we've got the pitch over the plate to get us strike one. So 1-1 on the count. One down, nobody on. But we have not seen. Ryan Andrian got the save against Montana, as this one fouls off for strike two. 1-2 on the count. One out, nobody on. But for Andrian in that game, he had pitched 2/3 of an inning and strike out one batter. That's all we have for his stats on that one. Here's the pitch, and will be just outside on the left-handed batter for ball two. 2-2 on the count to Arichi, with Daven Kapuris in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, swung on, and the first out of the inning will be, or second out of the inning, will be a strikeout. Swinging. So now we go to Davin Kapuris. Each pitcher throwing down a strikeout in the first inning. That's what you want to see. 2 out, nobody on. And the pitch by Andrew. It's over the plate for strike one. Right-handed pitch batter is Kapuris, with a right-handed pitcher in Andrew. Here's the stretch, and we'll be upstairs for ball one. 1-1 on the count. Christian Onamura in the on-deck circle, with nobody on and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to roll to the shortstop. He'll pick it up on the fringe. The throw to first is going to be on the hop, but not in time, and Hawaii will have the first run of the game, or first hit of the game. And we go to Christian Onamura. So Onamura, the right fielder, steps in, and the left-handed batter will get ready for Ryan Andrew. 2 outs and a runner at first for Hawaii. And we'll be outside for ball one to Onamura. Here's the pitch by Andrian, and we'll get ball two to the right fielder. Kobe Russell in the on-deck circle for Hawaii. 2 out, 1 on. The pitch and the check swing, and the catcher can't find it. Runner's going to get to second, and for Hawaii, Pedroza trying to pick it out, and that's the second time today. The first game we would have the umpires gather up as Billings would send the runner from first to third. as there was confusion on the catcher's part. And we're 3-0 on the count to Onamura. Love it, though, when the umpires get together and discuss a call as the pitch slides over the plate to get Andrian in the count at 3-1. But love seeing the umpires, the officials get together and discuss a call, get everybody's input. Sometimes 8 eyes are better than 2, as this pitch will be over the plate to give us a full count at 3-2. And looks like they're getting ready for something here at Ogren Park as they're bringing tables and chairs out. Here's the 3-2. Swung on. This one's going to bounce out to the second baseman. He'll get it on the hop. The throw to first is on target, and that's the side. So Hawaii gets the first hit of the game, but they leave him on. We go to the top of the second, scoreless. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey sticks.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne. Chris Stratton in a warm and smoky Missoula, Montana. Smoke is actually cleared off compared to what it was this morning. We got a little bit of breeze coming through the Missoula Valley, but the temperature at 100 degrees. We're supposed to hit 106 on the day, and it's 417, so we'll just see how it works out. Getting into the game, we go to the middle of the order, 4, 5, 6 on the schedule with Max Pedroza, the catcher, to lead things off. Pedroza's number 7. He was on the mound last night. Multi-talented athlete, as the first pitch coming in by Gabe Ballesteros is a ball. But Pedroza would pitch last night, and when they made the pitching change, Pedroza would throw on the catcher's mask. I love seeing a pitcher going from catcher or a catcher going to pitcher as we go to ball 2. And it's so important. You talk to coaches. It's so important for athletes to be able to be flexible like that. And so many coaches don't want young athletes to specialize anymore, as we have the pitch slide in. And we go 2-0 on the count to Pedroza. RJ Prince in the on-deck circle for Wyoming. Wyoming has the first baseline dugout since they are the away team. Here's the pitch, and we'll be on board. Wyoming will have a runner at first off the walk. So 4 pitches to start the inning, and 4 of them, all 4, not catching the plate. So we go to the third baseman, number 5, RJ Prince. And the Missoula Prep Sports Network covered this tournament last year. RJ Prince, one of the names standing out from Wyoming's trip here last year. Here's the pitch as he slides it, as Ballesteros slides it over the plate for strike 1. Runner at first with no outs for Wyoming. Pedroza getting there off the walk. Here's the pitch by Ballesteros, and it's upstairs for ball 1. 1-1 on the count to Prince. But as I mentioned, Prince, a name that I remember from last year, standing out, playing very well. Wyoming playing very tough last year, and they brought it into this year as this one's fouled back up over our heads to get strike 2. So 1-2 on the count to the third baseman with Cody Brooks in the on-deck circle. Runner at first with a 1-step lead. And the left-handed pitch is going to be thrown over to first base. The runner will dive back in. Wyoming wearing the stirrup socks. That's my favorite look in baseball, is the knee-high stirrup socks with the baggy pants. Reminds me of watching old school black and white baseball, as this one's going to be rolled out into right field, and Wyoming will come out in the top of the second and put runners on. Their first hit of the game with runners at first and second and no outs. So the grounder to right field will take us to the first baseman, number 50, Cody Brooks. Brooks with a little flow coming out of the back of his helmet. Bunt showing by Brooks. And it's laid down the third base line. Ballesteros will pick it up. The throw to first is off target. It's going to get by. Runner from first to third is on his way home. They'll go ahead and bring the runner from second around, and he's on his way home as the ball is way out, and Wyoming will have runners score, and they take a 2-0 lead off the error by Hawaii. So the bunt bringing in Pedroza and Prince, and Brooks stands at second. We go to Finley Hastings, number 11, the right fielder. And the question is answered. Wyoming with energy. Here's the bunt showing. This one's going to be popped up down the third base line. The pitcher will dive for it, and we've got out number 1 off the popped off bunt. We go to the shortstop now, Dawson McCleary, number 22. 1 down, 1 on. Brooks standing at second with a 1.5-step lead. Ballesteros will check him, and the pitch. Swung on, fouled back into the first base line backstop for strike 1. So the sac bunt coming up big, as it will result in runs. And Ballesteros will step off the bump, forcing Brooks back to the bag. He'll step away now, a heavy 2.5, maybe even 3-stride lead out there at second for Brooks. Ballesteros will throw the pitch, and it's going to come over the plate for a strike. So we go 0-2 on the count to the shortstop with the bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. 1 out, 1 on. McCleary settles in. And the pitch by Ballesteros. Swung on, and we'll have a strikeout for out number 2. McCleary swinging, and that'll be strikeout number 3 for Gabe Ballesteros. Brooks steps away from second as Jackson Hesford, the left fielder, is in the box. Here's the pitch, and it'll float in over the plate for ball 1. Number 14, Jackson Hesford, bottom of the order for Wyoming. They've earned 2 runs here in the top of the second with a runner at second and 2 outs. This pitch will come in just outside on the left-handed batter for ball 2. So 2-0 to Hesford. And Brooks dancing out at second with a step lead. Here's the pitch, and it's going to come in upstairs for ball 3. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for Wyoming with 2 outs and a runner at second. Brooks steps away, takes a 2-stride lead, stands in front of the shortstop. Left-handed batter waits for the pitch, and it's on its way. And we'll have a walk to put runners at first and second for Wyoming. The walk swings us to the top of the order to Braxton Ennis, the center fielder. 2 down, 2 on, top of 2. Ballesteros looks to the shortstop, and the shortstop with a signal to the field. That is Matt Arabal, and he stands in behind Brooks at second. Ballesteros with the stretch now. And time is called by Ennis. Nico Vite in the on-deck circle for Wyoming. Runners at first and second step away, and the pitch is on its way. This one's going to be swung on. It's foul out of play up over the third base dugout. And we'll have strike 1 to Ennis. Ennis struck out looking, his first at-bat to start the game. (0-1) on the count, 2 outs. Runner at first steps away with a 1-step lead. Brooks at second with 2 steps, and Ballesteros will step off the rubber. Brooks out there playing a little bit as he didn't even go all the way back to the rubber. He got about a step away and then backed off. Here's the pitch now. And we're upstairs for ball 1. Braxton Ennis, the leadoff batter for Wyoming, against Idaho last night. 4 for 5 with a run and 4 RBIs. And we're upstairs as Ennis has to duck out of the way for ball 2. Everybody resets. We go to 2-1 on the count. And the runners step away from their bags at first and second. Ballesteros checks Brooks at second, and now the pitch swung on, and we'll have strike 2. So Braxton Ennis trying to break away. He would have 6 plate appearances last night. Was walked once. And Ballesteros now with the pitch. Swung on. This will foul back into the backstop, and we stay alive at 2-2. So Wyoming trying to battle away. They've earned 2 runs so far with 2 outs on the board and runners at first and second. They had a game get away from them last night, so they want to step on the gas here and show they can stay alive. Winner moves on, and they will face the loser of the 7 o'clock game between Washington and Idaho. Here's the pitch. And we'll have a full count at 3-2. Wyoming working on adding more runs. For Hawaii, it's the 5, 6, 7 batters in the next inning. Runners will go, and the pitch will be over the plate, and it's a strikeout. So Ballesteros striking out the batter to finish out the side on both ends, and we go to the bottom of the second with Wyoming on top, 2-0. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Pep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
And maybe one outside. You can still take your hockey and one other side.
Welcome to the top of the third inning. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as Wyoming leads Hawaii 2-0 with the middle of the order, 5, 6, 7 batters scheduled for Hawaii. The catcher, number 24, Kobe Russell. It is Ryan Andrian on the bump for Wyoming. Andrian, a multi-talented athlete for Wyoming. Here's the first pitch of the inning. And the left-handed batter will watch it go by for strike one. Now, Andrian, one of the top pitchers for Wyoming, has pitched through all of the toughest competition that Wyoming saw this year, as we're outside on the left-handed batter to even us out at 1. Andrian with the stretch. And it's across the plate for strike 2. 1-2 on the count to the catcher. Andrian nods or shakes off the first pitch, and now pitch is on its way. Swung on. This one's going to be bounced down the first base line. Andrian will pick it up. The toss to first, and the first batter is down. Shiloh Kayo. Kayo. So Kayo, he's been the catcher for the first 2 games. Very impressed with him. I was actually able to get a picture of him in his pink getup the other night. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be fouled down the third base line. It'll hop into the bullpen for strike 1. 1 down. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Jerem Sugimoto in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be outside on the right-handed batter to get us ball 1. You come to these tournaments, though, you talk about Andrian facing the toughest competition that the Wyoming Legion teams had to face, as we have a ball in the dirt for ball 2. You've got to have some tried, true, and tested pitchers to get through a tournament like this. Here's the pitch, and we'll be over the plate for strike 2. So 2-2 on the count to the designated hitter. 1 out, nobody on. But back to the pitchers, and you see it time and time again when you get to the state tournaments. You got to be 4, 5, even 6 deep, depending on how you get into things, as the pitch will come across the knees to fill us up at 3-2 on the count. And that's so true. The Missoula Mavericks, who hosted the team last year, they were 1 out away from going to the big dance in Carolina. As we get the 3-2. Swung on. This one's down the line to the third baseman. Picked up on the run. The throw to first is on target, and we've got 2 down here in the bottom of the second. So the grounder on the hop takes us to the first baseman, number 22, Jaron Sugimoto. Well, the Mavericks did that last year. They had 5 great pitchers, 2 good pitchers, and a closer that shut everybody down. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be fouled between the legs of the umpire for strike 1. And watching Andren, you can tell he's one of those caliber pitchers. Wyoming, a little bit of a struggle last night, but I wouldn't say that it was all on the pitching staff. Yesterday, all the plate umpires had a very tight strike zone. Sometimes when a pitcher gets into one of those situations, though, as we'll have strike 2 thrown, and you have success with pitches, you come to a new umpire in a new setting, and sometimes it's frustrating to adjust to that. As this one's popped into right field. Right fielder's on his bike, puts it in the glove, and that's the side. 1, 2, 3 for Hawaii. We go to the top of the third with Wyoming holding on to a 2-0 lead. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne. Chris Stratton in Missoula, Montana for the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament. And we've got a good one here. It's win or go home between Wyoming and Hawaii. And Wyoming with a 2-0 lead over Hawaii. 2 runs earned in the top of the second inning to get the Hawaii the lead. I want to send a shout out to our studio engineer, Mr. Keith Kelly. He has his show that he does in Cheyenne from 4 to 6, but when you've got a Legion baseball team playing in a tournament, well, the young men, they take the stage. So glad that Keith was able to come in and run the board for us, and I'm sorry he's not able to get his show on air today, but, you know, it's for a great cause. So here in the top of the third inning, we go to Nico Vite, the second baseman, to lead off. Here's the Gabe Ballesteros pitch. Swung on right at Ballesteros. It's going to bounce into center field, and Wyoming comes out with a runner on. That would be the second inning in a row where they will put a runner on board to lead off. Max Pedroza was walked to start the second inning. So we go to Ryan Andrian, the pitcher. Runner at first with a step lead. Ballesteros with the pitch, bunt showing. It's going to be fouled backwards for strike 1. Wyoming would go 3 up, 3 down in the first inning, but warm their bats up in the second, and they would go 4 through 1, I should say, in the second, earning themselves 2 runs. Here's the Ballesteros pitch. Bunt laid down. That one looked like it came off the hands, and we'll have strike 2. Got to be careful with our pitcher's fingers here. Game kind of lies in his hands, if you will. Showing bunt once again. Runner at first takes a step lead and digs in. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on, and we'll have a strikeout on Andrian. It's back-to-back strikeouts. This time it was swinging. His first at-bat was a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts for Andrian at the plate. We go to Max Pedroza now, the catcher, with 1 out and 1 on board. And Pedroza lets it go by for ball 1. Ballesteros stares down Pedroza. Now he'll stretch. Runner at first with a step lead, and here's the pitch. It's inside on the right-handed batter to get us to ball 2. Ballesteros taking a moment as Pedroza settles into the box. Right-handed batter is Pedroza. He was walked his first at-bat. Has a run. And the pitch will be over the plate to get us strike 1. So 2-1 on the count as Ballesteros gets himself into the count. R.J. Prince in the on-deck circle. Pedroza last night 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, as this one is going to be popped into right field. Right fielder is using his glove to shade the sun, but he'll put it in the glove. And we'll have 2 outs on the board with a runner at first. So the fly out to right field takes us to the third baseman, R.J. Prince. Prince taking a moment to adjust the dirt inside the box. Looks down the third base line to get the call. And settles in. Runner at first in Vite. Steps away. 1.5 lead out there. Ballesteros will stare him down, and he's going to go. The throw to first. Throw down the line to second, and the tag is the punch out, and that is the side. So Vite trying to get the base on the pitch and run, and it results in the final out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Hawaii looking for their first run of the game. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Missoula, Montana. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network, joined with our fans in Cheyenne on KFBC. A shout out to everybody listening in as you enjoy the game this afternoon. Wyoming leading Hawaii 2-0. And Wyoming wanting to move on. It was a tough one last night against Idaho. It's all with baseball. It's all about how the ball bounces, and last night the ball bounced for Idaho early. It would bounce for Wyoming late, but it was just not enough. We come to the bottom of the order for Hawaii now. Ryan Andrian on the bump, and the first pitch to Zach Alkos, the third baseman, will come across the plate for strike one. So the 8-9 batters scheduled on the inning with Alkos in the box and Paul Mesarachi in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's popped straight up in the air over second. And the shortstop will secure it in the glove, and that is out number one. One down here in the bottom of the third for Hawaii. We go to the bottom of the order now to the center fielder, Paul Mesarachi. So Mitsurachi settles in, and Andrian with the pitch. It'll come over the outside of the plate on the right-handed batter for strike one. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for Hawaii. Leadoff batter, bottom of the third. Here's the Andrian pitch, and that one's across the ankles as he dances out of the way for ball one. Ryan Andrian. 2 innings pitched, a strikeout, and 1 hit. I'd say that's pretty good to start things off, as we'll have ball two thrown at the center fielder. Here's the pitch by Andrian, and this one's going to be foul high down the first base line, and it's going to land on the top row and hop to the upper deck to get a strike two. That one came off the ball, or came off the bat and shot straight up in the air. It was above the lights down the first base line before it came down. So the 2-2 now. Swung on. The third baseman can't put a glove on it. It'll roll deep into left field, and the center fielder will find himself on board to start things off for Hawaii. So that swings us to the top of the order now to the shortstop, Matt Arabal. Arabal waits for his first pitch as the throw is made to first. Mizrachi steps away, 1-step lead, pitch on the way. It's outside on the left-handed batter, and we'll have ball one to start out with the leadoff man. Matt Arabal grounded to the first baseman to start his game off. Andrian with the stretch, right foot on the rubber, and the pitch on the way, and that one's low for ball two. For Arabal against Oregon yesterday, getting the win, he went 0 for 3 with a run. And the runner is going to go from first to second. The throw is made, the tag, and there's the punch out for out number one to clear the bases. So 2 down now. And the pitch, I believe, was a strike. Haven't updated the board. Andrian with the pitch now, and it's swung on to get us at 2-2. So Mezerachi trying to get the base at second, and the throw by Pedroza gets him out. Nice job by the catcher, and we'll have the side decided on a swinging strikeout. So Hawaii, they go 1-2-3, and we go back to the top of the fourth. Wyoming leading 2-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community. Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of the 2018 American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament. Saying hello to our friends in KFBC Cheyenne listening in on the radio. We go to the top of the fourth inning where the boys from Wyoming lead Hawaii 2-0. And it is R.J. Prince, the third baseman, to start things off. So Prince, Brooks, and Hastings scheduled on the inning. Gabe Ballesteros on the bump for Hawaii. Fans trying to huddle under whatever shade they can find as we're up over 100 degrees here in Missoula. Smoke's cleared out. You can actually see the mountain behind us as the first pitch will float in high for ball one to Prince. Prince, a single with a run, his first at-bat. As this one will come over the inside of the plate for strike one. So even out at one against Prince. Cody Brooks in the on-deck circle for Wyoming, and Finley Hastings in the hole. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be high into center field. It's shallow, and it's in the gloves, secured for out number one. So that would be the first out on the leadoff batter for Wyoming since the first inning when Braxton Ennis was struck out to start the game. Outside that, the second and third inning, they were able to put the leadoff runner on the board. Here's Ballesteros with the pitch, and Brooks will put it down the third base line. It's going to be foul for strike one, and we would have both the shortstop, the left fielder, and the third baseman try to get that one, and neither one of them able to get to it. And we go 0-1 on the count to Cody Brooks. Cody Brooks singled off a bunt that earned 2 RBIs for the first baseman. Ballesteros staring down over his glove, and now the pitch. Swung on, and that one's off the grips into the third base line. Backstop for strike two. One out on the board. Nobody on here in the top of the fourth. 7 innings scheduled on the game. Here's the pitch by Ballesteros. And he's going to have this one into center field. Center fielder will come up. The shortstop can't put a glove on it. And Brooks will find himself on board for the second at-bat in a row with one out. So that takes us to Finley Hastings, the right fielder. Hastings had a little time behind the plate last night as the catcher before Pedroza came off the bump. Hastings rubbing a little dirt into his hands. Something I noticed this year, and I don't know if it's something that was common, but this year I noticed it more than the last few years that I've done Legion baseball is the amount of batters as we throw to first do not wear gloves. I'd say that it's probably leaning towards the not wearing gloves more than wearing batter's gloves. Here's the pitch by Ballesteros, and he'll be upstairs for ball one. I discussed it with the Miles Community College baseball coach, Jeff Brabant, last week, and he said that's all fine and dandy at this level, but you get into the next level and you've got guys throwing balls over 90 miles an hour, you're going to want those gloves. Throw over to first as Brooks dives back in. He's got pride stripes up the front of that white jersey as he mops the flow off and slides the helmet back on. So we're at 1-0 now to Hastings, the right fielder, and he's going to foul this one off the grips. It'll just get over the backstop. Lands in the second row, and we'll have strike one. And they say catcher interference, and it will put Brooks at second. So the catcher interference puts runners at first and second with one out for Wyoming. Takes us to Dawson McCleary, the shortstop. Here's the pitch by Ballesteros, and the shortstop's going to send this one down the line, and it'll be out of play for strike one. About 8 feet to the right, and that one was over the fence for a homer. For McCleary, struck out swinging his first at bat. Ballesteros nods at the pitch, checks the runners at first and second, and the pitch is on its way. That one's in the dirt and will be even at one. For Dawson McCleary, he would not. Let me double check. No, Dawson did not. I don't see McCleary in last night, as we have the 1-1, and Ballesteros will step off. Dawson McCleary, though, did pitch last night. Came in to relieve Pedroza, and he was pulled out, as we have strike two. Dawson McCleary pitched last night. He did not get innings pitched credited to him because he was pulled out. 3 hits, 3 runs, all 3 runs earned, walked 1, and that was McCleary last night on the mound. Here's the pitch by Ballesteros. And this one's going to roll out. The second baseman will pick it up in the dirt. The chuck to second. The throw to first is high, and the fielder's choice will have out number 2 with runners on the corners. So McCleary reaching off the fielder's choice on the ground ball to the second baseman, and we go to the bottom of the order for Wyoming. Jackson Hesford. And Hesford's been another one that I've really enjoyed watching this tournament. I mean, he was 1 for 2 with 2 runs last night, but just played some really good ball out there in left field as the first pitch comes in for ball 1. Hesford was walked his first at bat. Ballesteros with the stretch with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Swung on. This one's into center field. Center fielder will come up. It's in the glove, and that's the side. So Wyoming gets a couple of runners on board. They leave them there, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Wyoming 2, Hawaii 0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and the Cross Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs. It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 size indoor rink.
Really?
Garden of Eden has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop into Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Eden's award-winning fudge and get a half pound for free. Garden of Eden is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Eden is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Eden is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning where Wyoming is holding on to a 2-0 lead over Hawaii. Winner moves on for a game tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock against the winner of tonight's 7 o'clock. No, it's a 7 o'clock game tomorrow night. The winner will face the winner of Washington and Idaho. As we come to Hawaii, it'll be the 2-3-4 batters with Akila Arichi, the left fielder, to start off. So Hawaii trying to get a little groove, a little momentum, something going here so that they can get things going. They need 2 runs to at least tie it up, and the first pitch by Ryan Andrian is upstairs for ball 1. For Arichi, he was struck out swinging his first at-bat. Here's the pitch. And that one will catch the outside of the plate on the left-handed batter for strike 1. So 1-1 on the count to the left fielder. Arichi, an impressive young man. 0 for 4 yesterday against, or the first game against Oregon, but against Billings, he would go 3 for 5. With 2 runs and an RBI. Hawaii taking out Oregon and sending them home. Oregon would be the first team to exit the tournament, with the host team Missoula, Montana, the second. This one's going to be hit at the pitcher. It's going to roll into center field, and the leadoff batter on the inning will find himself at first for Hawaii. So we go to Davin Kapuris with 1 on and no outs. And a little buzz into the booth by a wasp. They're pretty angry today with the heat. Runner at first, steps away, pitch, and showing bunt, and we'll have strike 1. 0-1 on the count. Arichi stands at first. Kapuris looks down the third base line and gets the signal. Throw to first, and it's going to get away. Runner's going to go ahead and go to second. They'll pick it up at first. The throw by Brooks, and there will be no tag, and Hawaii with a runner at second off the miscue on the throw. To the first baseman. And Brooks will walk to the fringe, look at his glove, and come back to first. So Kapuris with a 0-1 count as time is called. When you're on the field, folks, your glove is your best friend. Frustrations, whatever you need, you let him know. Here's the pitch. It's low by Andrian to even us out at 1. Haven't really seen it at the professional level, but at this level, I see a lot of players talk to their glove. Andrian will check the runner at second, who's got a 2-step lead out there, and the pitch is on its way. Bunt showing. It's laid down perfectly right in front of the plate. The throw to first will be there, and they say safe at first. So the well-placed bunt will put runners at first and third with no outs for Hawaii. And that one came off the bat and just sat in the grass a foot off the fringe at home plate. And that will put runners at first and third now for Hawaii. They're looking for their first run of the game, and Arichi stands at third. Andrian looks over his shoulder at the runner at first, and the first pitch that comes in to Christian Onomura will be ball one. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Hawaii searching for their first run of the game. And Andrian will place this one over the plate to even us out at one on the count. For Onomura, he would be the final out of the first inning on a ground ball to the second baseman. Here's the pitch, swung on. This one's into the line on third base. Runner will trot home from third, and Hawaii will find themselves on the board. 2-1. Runners at first and second now with no outs. And we go to Kobe Russell. Russell, the catcher for today's game. He was the pitcher for the opening game. Played third in yesterday's game as time is called. Our second base umpire discussing something with the runner at second, and now the point by Brian Larson to the pitcher. So Ryan Andrian now ready to go. No outs. Bottom of four, and Hawaii with a run. Bunt showing, and this one's going to be pitched backwards for strike one on Kobe Russell, but was talking to some parents and was excited to find out that Kobe Russell, super senior, was a redshirt on the University of Hawaii last year on their baseball program. So runners at first and second, step away. Russell with the bunt showing, and the pitch will come in. And we'll be even at one on the ball pitch. Russell, 0 for 1. Had a ground ball to the pitcher to start the second inning. Here's the bunt showing, and this one's going to be down the third base line. Picked up by the third baseman. The throw to first will not be there. They say safe, and that loads the bases up for Hawaii with no outs as Russell dove into first. And that brings us the designated hitter. And we go to Shiloh Kaeo. With no outs, loaded bases. Hawaii looking to swing into it. Kaeo, one of my more favorite players in this tournament. He was wearing his flag over his shoulders after the game yesterday as the pitch comes in across the chest for ball one to Kaeo. And here comes the coach out of the dugout for Wyoming. The infield will come in. Is this a visit or is this? And this is just a standard visit. As he comes in and stands right on top of the hill and checks in with his boys. You know, speaking of checking in, folks, if you're looking to take a trip, whether you need airline tickets, train, rent a car, get a hotel room, maybe Airbnb, you should get a hold of our good friends at Grand Slam Travel. You know, Mark Richardson over at Grand Slam Travel bends over backwards to make sure that you're taken care of on your accommodations. Grand Slam Travel can be found online at Facebook at Grand Slam Travel. Get a hold of Mark Richardson and have him help you plan your next trip. Give him your details. He'll take care of everything, so all you got to do is pack and go. Grand Slam Travel, a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So, Eric Holden, our plate umpire, breaks up the meeting on the mound, and Callejo ready for the second pitch. Andrian stares him down, and now he'll check the runners. Loaded bases with no outs for Hawaii, and the pitch will slide over the plate for strike one. Even at one. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Hawaii with 1 run earned so far. Loaded bases looking to add to that. They're down 2-1 to Wyoming. Winner moves on. And this one's going to be to the third baseman. He'll pick it up. The throw to first. No, they're going to go home on the force out, and the fielder's choice will put the runner on board. And we've got the first out of the inning. Smart play by the third baseman in R.J. Prince. No surprise there. To get the out at home on the force out. So that takes us to the first baseman, Jaron Sugimoto. Loaded bases, pitch on the way, and that one came out of the fist on fire as we have strike one. Andrian meaning business with that one. For Sugimoto, he is 0 for 1. He would be the final out of the second inning. Hawaii would go 3 up, 3 down in the second and third inning. Here in the fourth, though, they're stretching it out, and this one's going to be bounced out, picked up by the shortstop. The throw is made to second, and he doesn't hold on to it. The bases will stay loaded, and a run comes home for Hawaii to make it 2-all. And that'll be an error towards Wyoming, their first of the day. So the runner reaching off the fielder's choice. And they're going to mark 2 errors up on the board for Wyoming. I might be behind on one of the errors. So here's the swing and a miss by Zach Alcos, the third baseman, for strike one. So 1 away with loaded bases for Hawaii. They've earned 2 runs here in the bottom of the fourth to even it up at 2 with Hawaii. And this one's going to be foul backwards. And the batter will stay alive at 0-2. For Alcos, he's 0 for 1. Runners step away from first, second, and third. Andrian now with the pitch, and that one's going to come across the belly for ball 1. Right-handed batter in Zach Alcos, bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for Hawaii. 1 out and loaded bases. Andrian with the stretch, and the pitch is going to come off of the batter. And a little confusion here as Ganti's going to come out and check in with the umpire. Looked like it came off the batter from here, but they're saying no. And 2-2 on the count. And Eric Holden explaining the situation to the Hawaii manager. And the Hawaii manager obviously satisfied with whatever the explanation is, makes his way back to the dugout down the first base line. And Alcos will settle back in with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and we'll have a strikeout for out number 2. We go to Paul Mizrachi. Bottom of the order for Hawaii now with 2 out and loaded bases. Here's the pitch by Andrian. Outside on the right-handed batter, over the plate for strike 1. For Mizrachi, he is 1 for 1. Second hit of the game for Hawaii in the 3rd inning. The pitch. And we're outside to even us up at 1. So the game slowing down here in the bottom of the 4th as Hawaii has been able to put runners on board and keep them up there. They've earned 2 runs so far in the bottom of the 4th. With 2 outs, Andrian will have the pitch, and this one's fouled up over the first baseline concession stand, and we'll go 1-2 on the count. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for Hawaii. We've got Sugimoto at first, Gao at second, and Russell at third. Here's the pitch, and we'll be even at 2 on the high pitch. So Wyoming just trying to here's the pitch, swung on, it's popped into center field. Center fielder is over there, and Ennis will secure it in the glove, and that's the side. So Hawaii, they earn 2 runs. They leave 3 on, and we go to the top of the 5th with Wyoming looking to regain the lead. Tied at 2. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne. Chris Stratton in Missoula, Montana for the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament. And we've got a hot one here, folks, as Hawaii and Wyoming are tied up at 2 at the top of the 5th inning. Win or go home. We've had some great baseball all weekend, have not been disappointed at all. When we finish up with the game today, we will be down to 4 teams. We do have a 7 o'clock game going on after this one, but those 2 teams will stay in it. Montana sent Alaska home in the 1 o'clock game. And these 2 teams battling to stay alive here in Missoula. It's Gabe Ballesteros on the bump for Hawaii, and the top of the order, Braxton Ennis for Wyoming. And Ennis is going to check swing this one foul for strike 1. Ennis is going to retighten up his gloves. Ennis settles in, and Ballesteros with the stretch. This one's going to be hit over the shortstop's head into center field, and the line drive will put a runner on for Wyoming. That'll be the first hit of the game for Ennis. Takes us to the second baseman, Nico Vite. Vite to settle in with a runner at first. Wyoming looking to swing back into the lead after holding on to it for the first 4 innings. Throw to first, very leisurely over. Signal down the third base line from the third base coach, and Vite settles back in. Here's the pitch, and he'll watch it go by. A runner's going to go to second without a throw as the pitch comes in for ball 1. Ryan Andrian in the on-deck circle for Wyoming with a runner at second and no outs. And the batter will settle back into the box. Right-handed batter in Vite, 1 for 2. Single his last at bat. And the bunt laid down the third base line, picked up by the pitcher. The throw to first is off target. Runner from second is on his way home to third, and Wyoming. Runner at first is around the corner at second, on his way to third. They still cannot pick up the ball in the bullpen down the first base line, and now they do. And Vite will find himself at third off of the error.
Number 3, Ryan Andrian.
And Wyoming getting the run off the Hawaii error. And that'll bring in the Hawaii infield to talk. And love to see teams get together and discuss the situation. That's leadership on the field, folks. These boys have played enough baseball. They know what they need to do. So we go to Ryan Andrian with the infield conference broken up. Wyoming earning a run. A runner at third. And there's no outs on the board. Top of fifth. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and we'll have strike 1. So even count at 1 for Andrian. Check that. 0-1 on the count. Here's the pitch, and it's going to come in upstairs. We'll have ball 1 now. Max Pedroza in the on-deck circle with no outs and a runner at third for Wyoming. They've earned 1 run here in the top of the 5th to retake the lead 3-2. Hawaii came in with 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th to tie it up. Here's the Ballesteros pitch, and it's upstairs for ball 2. Ballesteros now with the stretch, and the pitch will be swung on. The shortstop will back up. It'll hop over his shoulder. It'll roll deep into left field. Runner from third is home, and Wyoming with a 2-run lead now off the bouncer past the shortstop.
Number 7, Max Pedroza.
And we go to Max Pedroza. Pedroza settles in with no outs and a runner at first, and the first pitch will come over the plate for strike 1. Neither bullpen has been visited yet today, so both coaches standing with their pitchers. Here's Ballesteros with the 0-1. Swung on. This one's got the shortstop. He dives for it. Can't get to it. It's going to roll into center field. And Wyoming adding another runner on board. We put him at first and second with no outs. That'll bring us to R.J. Prince. And Prince is going to head up the third base line to discuss the situation with his pitching coach. And we now have action in the Hawaii bullpen. And number 10, Jensen Shigata, in the bullpen warming up. I believe that's number 10 on the jersey. R.J. Prince now showing bunt with O. And the bunt will be laid down the third base line, picked up by the pitcher, and the throw to first is off target once again. It's going to roll up into the bullpen. The runner from third will come home from Wyoming, and they'll hold up the runners at second and third. As the third baseman will hand the ball right off. So runners at second and third, and Wyoming now up 5-2, and here comes the manager for Hawaii. And both those throws, errors coming for Ballesteros. Tough spot on that throw because the runner was coming down the line and the first baseman trying not to get hit. And they're going to go ahead and take Ballesteros out. So we'll have a new pitcher here with runners at second and third and no outs. We'll be back in 90 seconds on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Wyoming as we are in the top of the 5th inning, and Hawaii has put in a new pitcher. It's Jansen Shigata on the bump. So Ballesteros is done after 3 1/3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, allowed 5 runs off of 6 hits, 66 pitches, 43 went over the plate, and R.J. Prince is going to be tagged. Oh no, that's Brooks. Brooks will be hit by a pitch to start things off for Shigata. So we go to Finley Hastings with loaded bases and no outs for Wyoming. The right fielder takes a moment and then steps into the box. He's got to be all of 6'6". We don't have weight and height in the book on this tournament. The AA tournament and the A tournament, we did have that as the pitch comes in low for ball 1. But Hastings, a stretch. Here's the pitch from the right-handed pitcher, and we'll have strike 1. Dawson McCleary in the on-deck circle. Not really concerned with weight, but height. Some of these boys, this one's going to be batted backwards to get us 1-2 on the count. Hawaii looking for the first out of the inning, but height and weight, some of these boys, like Montana's got a couple of guys that are 6'7". Hawaii's got a couple of guys that are stretched. Hastings in the box, he's a stretch. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball 2. 2-2 on the count. Loaded bases for Hawaii, and it looks like we've got another man in the bullpen warming up. Can't quite see the number, just the way the sun is. The white on yellow flashes, and we'll have a strikeout for out number 1. So Eric Holden with the phone book tear to show off the strikeout. We go to number 22, Dawson McCleary, the shortstop. Chicago with the nod. And the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to find the hole in left field. That'll bring the runner home from third. Runner from second is around the corner to third. The throw is made to third, and Wyoming will have 2 runs added to the score. And runners at first and second on the line drive into left field. And we go to the bottom of the order now for Wyoming and Jackson Hesford. 1 out, runners at second and third. Hawaii warming up a pitcher in the first baseline dugout. Shigata with the right-handed pitch, and it's going to be upstairs for ball 1. Hawaii swung into it in the bottom of the 4th to tie it up at 2, but here in the 5th, it has been Wyoming with 5 runs. They've got 1 out with runners at first and second. This one is popped up over short. Shortstop comes in, and he can't get it. It'll hop in front of him. That'll load the bases up for Wyoming. And we'll swing to the top of the order to Braxton Ennis, who started things off for Wyoming in the top of the 5th. Shigata now stands on the rubber as Russell settles in behind the plate, looks to the dugout to get the pitch, and Ennis will settle in. Braxton Ennis is 1 for 2 with a run. That single and run came to start this 5th inning, and the first pitch to Ennis is outside for ball 1. Nico Vite in the on-deck circle with 1 out and loaded bases for Wyoming. They are warming up another pitcher. It looks like a 20s number. This one's going to be popped foul down the first base line, and we'll have an even count at 1 for Ennis. Sun making its way to that western horizon, and it's got things covered up on the jerseys, yellow on white, so I'm not able to, just the way the sun's shining, not able to see that number. I want to say it's 23, but that's not right because Arabal is on the field. All the 20s numbers. It says 28 is one of the fans in front of me lets me know. I don't have 28 on my sheet as we get ball 2 to Ennis. So we'll wait for the PA announcer to announce the new pitcher when he comes in. But just so you know, there is somebody warming up for Hawaii in the third base bullpen. We get back to the loaded bases, and the pitch will come inside on Ennis to get us even at 2 on the count. Loaded bases, 1 out. Top of 5. Ennis to settle in. Against Missoula, Ennis would go 1 for 3 with a run and 2 RBIs. He's going to pop this one straight up in the air, and Russell thinks he can get to it, but I think it's going to be on this side of the backstop. It is, as it lands in the second row, and will stay alive at 2-2. That one went straight up in the air and hopped down right behind the plate in the second row. So Shigata, taking a moment, now steps onto the rubber. And this one is going to be hit as Brian Larson dives. It'll roll into center field. Runner from third has come home. Bases stay loaded. And Wyoming will rack up a run to make it 8-2. Brian Larson, the second base umpire, having to hit the deck on that shot. We saw Max Cannon do the same thing yesterday. And we'll have a hit batter to bring a run home for Wyoming and keep the bases loaded. And it's now 9-2, and we're going to see that new pitcher here shortly, I believe. Shigata standing as the manager makes his way out. And the ball is handed over, so we'll have a pitching change again here in the top of the fifth. We'll step aside for 90 seconds on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Wyoming.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Wyoming. New pitcher on the mound is Aaron Warman, and the batter, Ryan Anderin, was going to put it over the shoulder of the left fielder. That's out number 2. Runners at second and third will advance, and Wyoming will add a run on the sac fly with 2 outs. And we come to Max Pedroza as he takes his gear off. With 2 outs, and Pedroza will come to the plate.
Number 7, Max Pedroza.
Pedroza settles in. 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs. Here's the Weirman pitch. Runner's going to go at second. The throw is made, and there's the tag. No, they say safe. Second baseman was not able to hold on to the ball as he made the tag, and now Wyoming will have runners at second and third. 8 runs earned here in the top of the 5th for Wyoming. They have runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled by Pedroza for strike 2. R.J. Prince in the on-deck circle for Wyoming. We are 1 1/3 of the way through the Wyoming lineup here in the 5th. Here's the Weirman pitch, and it's upstairs as Pedroza will duck out of the way for ball 1. The pitch, and Pedroza will let it go by for ball 2 for Pedroza, as I said, 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs. His single and a run, his last at bat in this inning. Weirman now with the stretch, and this one's going to be hit into the gap. The right fielder is there, and that's the side. So 8 runs earned by Wyoming. They leave 2 on, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. 10-2 Wyoming. We'll be right back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Wyoming.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, you can still take your hockey stick in for 1/3 size. Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop into Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a ½ pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome to the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we say hello to our friends in Cheyenne listening in on KFBC. As Wyoming leads Hawaii 10-2. Bottom of the 5th. Big inning for Wyoming in the top of the 5th inning as they earned 8 runs. Total of 9 hits for Wyoming. Hawaii, their 2 runs have come off 6 hits, and we go to the top of the order. Matt Arabal to start things off here in the 5th for Hawaii. It's win or go home. Winner moves on to face the winner of Washington and Idaho at 7 o'clock tonight. That should be a good one. So Matt Arabal will settle in 0 for 2 on the day. Ryan Andrian with the pitch to start the inning, and it's going to be across the knees for ball 1. Andrian, hopefully his shoulder didn't cool off after that extended period. We would go through the Wyoming, as this one swung on for strike 1. We would go through the Wyoming order 1 1/3 times in that 5th inning. Sometimes when you have those extended breaks, your pitcher can cool off as this pitch comes in, the ball 2. We saw it earlier in the Montana game versus Alaska. We had an inning where we slipped through as number 25 warms up in the bullpen for Hawaii down the third base line, and we'll have strike 2 on that pitch by Andrian. But Montana in the previous game, when they had the extended, when it came down to 2 outs, they would send their pitcher, Blanchard, out into the bullpen and warm him up just to keep him hot. Here's the pitch, and we'll have a full count at 3-2. Akia Arichi in the on-deck circle for Hawaii. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one will be fouled up over everybody's heads down the third base line, and we'll stay alive at 3-2. Leadoff batter, leading off the inning. Bottom of 5. Hawaii looking to go to work here to climb back into it. It's 10-2. They earned 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th to tie it up, but Wyoming said, let's stretch it out, and we'll have a walk to start the inning for Wyoming. So we go to Akila Arechi, the left fielder. 1 on, nobody out. Ryan Andrian stares down Pedroza to get the pitch, checks the runner at first, and the stretch. Swung on for strike 1. Ryan Andrian pitching a good game. He's only allowed 2 runs off of 6 hits. Struck out 2. As this one's going to come in low on the outside on the left-handed batter for an even count at 1. 1 on, no outs. Bottom of 5. Here's the 1-1 by Andrian. And he'll catch the plate for strike 2. Want to say a big thank you to our in-studio engineer back in Wyoming, Keith Kelly, for running the board, running the 1s and 2s, as they say in the business, making sure we have a clear broadcast back to our fans on KFBC. Throw to first, and Brooks has to reach for that one to make sure it doesn't get away. Andrian now staring down Pedroza. Checks the runner at first over his left shoulder, and the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be fouled into the clubhouse down the third baseline. And he stays alive, does Ariche, at 1-2. Legion's Field at Ogren Park, home of the Missoula Osprey Pioneer League baseball team. That's rookie ball, usually first and second years. Swung on for strike 3, and that is out number 1 for Hawaii here in the bottom of the 5th. Arichi struck out swinging for the second time today, and we go to Davin Kapuris, the second baseman. Kapuris, the most productive player for Hawaii, as he is 2 for 2. The pitch over the plate for strike 1. Kapuris with a bunt to the pitcher to get himself on his last at-bat in the 3rd inning. So the 0-1 now by Andrian. And it's swung on for strike 2. Here's the 0-2. And we'll have ball 1 now to Kapuris. So Keith Kelly reminding me of the double elimination bracket, the way it's set up as the pitch comes in, and it's rolled down the third base. Third baseman can't put it in the glove. This is going to roll deep into left field. It's picked up way deep. Runner from first is around to third, and the batter will make his way to second. And Hawaii swinging into it here with 1 out.
Runners at second and third. That was smartly hit down the third base line. And we go to Christian Onamura. Now back to the bracket. Keith Kelly reminding me that with the double elimination, Wyoming wins. They've already played Washington and Idaho. And Washington has already played Billings. So Washington and Wyoming will play tomorrow regardless of how this outcome is today. Well, if Wyoming wins, the winner of this game, if Wyoming wins, we'll say, they'll face Washington and Idaho would face Montana. Here's the pitch regardless of the 7 o'clock game outcome, just depending on whether Wyoming wins the game. And when it comes down to this part of it, as we're at 1-1 on the count to Onamura, when we get down to this part of the tournament, well, you start looking at mathematical equations. And the pitch over the plate by Andrian will put us at 1-2 on the count. I know. That silly math, we hate getting into it, but so important when it comes to tournament time. Kobe Russell in the on-deck circle with 1 out. Runners at second and third for Hawaii, and Onamura will step out of the box. Settling back in, he's got bright blue batter's gloves. Left-handed batter waits for Andrian on the pitch. And we'll have ball 2 on the outside. Onamura 1 for 2 with an RBI. Had a line drive into left field to put him on his last at bat. Runners at second and third take their lead. Idaho is in the complex as Washington warms up in the batting cages. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It did have contact, so the batter will stay alive at 2-2. Just catching the ball as it came in. And Eric Holden wanting to check the ball before continuing. Next game is scheduled for 7. We are approaching the 2-hour mark here. We're 1 hour and 45 minutes since the first game, or first pitch of this game. The pitch by Andrian, and this one's going to be fouled up into the seating area. It's going to come down in the top row. And the batter will stay alive at 2-2. Christian Onamura at the plate. Matt Arabal stands at first, and David Kapuris at second, and actually Arabal is at third. So it's second and third on the runners. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and our second out of the inning will be a strikeout. And it looks like Wyoming is sending a pitcher to the bullpen down the first base line. We go to Kobe Russell with 2 outs and runners at second and third as he takes his legs guards off and heads to the plate. Waiting for the young man in the bullpen down the first base line to stand up. He was tying his shoe, and he hasn't turned around. As soon as he turns around, I'll have a number. Here's the pitch by Andrian, and it's going to be upstairs for a ball. Kobe Russell 1 for 2 on the day against Oregon. Russell 1 for 4. Here's the pitch, and it'll slide over the plate for strike 1. So 1-1 on the count, and that looks like number 11 warming up for Wyoming. Can't quite tell though. He hasn't turned, but it looks like 11s. If so, that's Travis Onisto, as this one's popped out into right field. It's got some leg on it, and that one will find the wall. Runners from second and third come home, and Russell is around to third. A huge triple to earn
2 runs for Hawaii, and it's now 10-4. And that was a huge shot into right field. And we go to Shiloh Calleo. So Calleo to settle in with a runner at third and 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Andrian, and it'll slide over the plate for strike 1. For Calleo, 0 for 2, reached off a fielder's choice his last at bat on a grounder to third. Here's the pitch, and it's over the plate to even us out at 1. And Calleo taking a moment to readjust his cleat. And Andrian now with the pitch. This one's into center field. Innes is over in the glove, and that's a side. So Hawaii will earn 2 runs. They'll leave 1 on, and we go to the top of the 6th. Wyoming 10, Hawaii 4. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
We come back to the top of the 6th inning. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network, and our listeners in Cheyenne listening in on KFBC, with Wyoming leading Hawaii 10-4 on the elimination game of the day. Second elimination game of the day. Win or go home. Alaska has already been sent home after Montana beat them 16-3 in 5 innings. Now it's Hawaii and Wyoming. We have Washington and Idaho coming up at the 7 o'clock game. On the bump, it is Aaron Weirman for Hawaii and R.J. Prince to lead off the inning for Wyoming. So Prince, Brooks, and Hastings on the schedule for the top of the 6th. And looks like number 11 and number 8 are both warming up in the bullpen down the first base line for Wyoming. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and it's going to come in for ball 1 from Weirman. For Prince, 1 for 3 with a run. Pitch on the way, and we'll get it over the plate to even us out at 1. So Weirman would have to come in. He would be the second pitcher to come in the last inning. Here's the pitch as Wyoming would stretch it out. This one's popped into right field. The right fielder finds it in the sun, and we've got out number 1. And the baseball fields faces north here at Allegiance Field, kind of a northwesterly if you're sitting right at home plate. As we have Cody Brooks come to the plate for Wyoming. Brooks 2 for 2. He's going to have this one banged down the left base line. It's going to stay fair. It'll roll into the bullpen, and Brooks is around to second. He'll stand up before the throw is made, and that's a runner on for Wyoming.
Number 17, Finley Hastings.
So we go to Finley Hastings now, the right fielder. The way the field faces, right field, you're staring right at the setting sun. Here's the pitch by Weirman, and it's across the ankles. It will slide over the plate, though, for strike one. So 0-1 on the count to Hastings. Hastings, 0 for 3. Reached off a catcher interference, though, his second at bat. Here's the pitch, and that one swung on by Hastings to get a strike two. Weirman with a deep breath, and Hastings settles into the box. Looks like number 8 is warming up for Wyoming, as this one's going to be bounced down the third base line to the dugout. Keeps the batter alive at 0-2. Last night, Wyoming would load the bullpen up. They had 2 pitchers going at one time, plus a young man warming up his arm to go out on the field. Hastings now ready for the pitch, and Weirman will send it. Throw to second, and it's not in time. It's going to roll into center field, and Brooks stands up and looks at his right hand as he and the second baseman for Hawaii, Kapuras, collided on the bag. So 1-2 on the count with 1 out and a runner at second, and Brian Larson is going to have Brooks go to the dugout. We'll take a moment here to see what the verdict is, and he's got an elbow guard. And he'll head over to his coach, and the coach is going to check out his wrist. It's the right wrist. They're both going to walk over to the dugout, and the medical kit has been broken out for Wyoming, as he'll meet him at the first base line. So what we're going to do is we're going to step aside for 60 seconds while they take care of Brooks. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey
Welcome back to Missoula, Montana. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network, as Cody Brooks has his right wrist taped up. The gentleman from the Missoula Bone and Joint, one of the trainers, came out on the field and wrapped him up very quickly. Here's the pitch now, and it's over the plate, and that's strike 3 to Finley Hastings. He'll be struck out looking for the second out of the game. So that takes us to Dawson McCleary, the shortstop, with 2 outs and 1 on board. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to tag Hastings in the backside, and Wyoming with runners at first and second now. with 2 outs in the bottom of the order, making his way to the plate in Jackson Hesford. Bullpen closed now down the first base line, so Wyoming satisfied with both pitchers warmed up. And Aaron Weirman will throw the first pitch to Hesford. Hesford's going to have this one popped up into left field. Left fielder searches for it in the glove, and that's the side. So Hawaii holds off. No runs earned, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, 10-4, Wyoming. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Wyoming.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their one-third size. Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
Welcome back to Missoula, Montana. Chris Stratt for the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne, as Hawaii will be up on the bump. Or Hawaii is up to bat, I should say. It's Jaron Sugimoto, and on the bump is Ryan Andrian. So Andrian will continue up on the hill. Braxton Ennis and Travis Onesto. So Tyson Bradley has come in to play right field. We'll see where he goes in the order for Wyoming. So Tyson Bradley in right field. Sugimoto settles in, and Ryan Andrian with the first pitch of the inning. Swung on. This one's going to roll out. Shortstop will pick it up in the dirt. The throw to first is on target, and we've got out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's what coaches love to see. Takes us to Zach Alcos. Top of 6 as we just get over the 2-hour mark, 2 hours and 3 minutes on the game. And Ryan Andrian will pitch to Zach Alcos, and the first pitch will be a ball. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for Hawaii. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch by Andrian. This one's going to be fouled off into the third baseline dugout. And we'll be even at 1 on the count for Alcos. 0 for 2. Struck out swinging his last at bat. Andrian with the pitch. And this one's going to be popped down the first base line, and Brooks can't get to it. It's fair. Nobody at first, and the batter will be on board at first for Hawaii. A little pop-up blooper down the first base line, and Cody Brooks could not get to it. We go to the bottom of the order now to Paul Mizrachi. I don't think Brooks could see that one in the sun, as he was having to look in that direction. Here's the pitch by Andrian, and Mizrachi will put this one down the third base line. Runner from first is going to stand up at second as the ball rolls deep into left field, and Hawaii, with 1 out, has runners on board. We swing to the top of the order now for Hawaii to the shortstop, Matt Arabal. So Air ball to settle in. 1 out, runners at first and second, and Andrian will have the pitch. This one's going to be just past the second baseman. They'll hold the runner up at third. And the roller will load the bases up for Hawaii with 1 out.
Number 9, Akila Arechi.
So that takes us to Akila Arechi. So loaded bases with 1 out for Hawaii. They're looking to swing into it, down 10-4. Pitch on the way by Andrian, and he'll let it go by, does Arichi, the left fielder, and we'll have ball 1. Arichi settles in, Andrian with the stretch. And this one's going to be blasted. Shortstop gets over his shoulder. Runner from third is home. Runner from second's around the corner. Runner from first is going to stand up at third. And the blast past the shortstop will put runners on the corners and earn 2 runs for Hawaii. And here comes the coach out of the bullpen, and he points to center field. I imagine we're going to see Ennis on the bump now. For Wyoming, he's going to jog in. And that is the switch. So we'll step aside for 90 seconds while Ennis warms up on the mound. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to Missoula, Montana. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne. We have a change on the mound as Braxton Ennis will now pitch. Andrian went to shortstop, and number 25, Storm Nelson, now in the lineup. It's Devin Kapuris for Hawaii at the plate with runners at first and third and 1 out. Wyoming leading 10-6, but Hawaii putting 2 runs up here so far in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch will come in as a ball to Kapuris. Kapuris 3 for 3. No runs, no RBIs. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be hit hard into right field, into left field. It's got some leg. It'll hop at the wall. Runner from third is home. Runner from first is around the corner at third, and he'll come home. And Hawaii will earn 2 runs off the double by Kapuris.
Number 7, Christian Onamura.
So we go to Christian Onamura now, with Hawaii getting into it 10-8. One out on the board. And we go to Christian Onimura, the right fielder. Hawaii warming up a pitcher in the pen, as well as Wyoming. So Christian Onimura settles in. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Hawaii making a game of it. Here's the pitch across the knees for strike one. Kobe Russell in the on-deck circle for Wyoming. Runner at second in Kapuras. And Ennis with the pitch. Slides over the plate for strike two. Braxton Ennis on the mound. He did not pitch yesterday, as they went through a couple of pitchers yesterday. And I haven't seen him on the mound, so this is the first time. I have seen him warm up in the bullpen a couple of times, though, as we go outside for ball one. So 1-2 on the count to Onimura. He's a solid center fielder. Seen him throw some rockets from outside out there in center field. And it looks like Travis Onisto, as this one's fouled off the tip of the bat into the grassy area down the third base line, and will stay alive at 1-2. So for Andrian, it would be 5 1/3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 6 runs earned off of 12 hits, as this one's fouled right directly into the bullpen on the third base line to stay at 1-2. So a good day for Andrian, I would have to say. I mean, outside of the 6 runs earned, but outside of that, he pitched very well. This one swung on, and the batter will be struck out for out number 2. Onimura struck out swinging. Now we go to Kobe Russell, the catcher. Russell with a big triple. His last at-bat that had 2 RBIs to go with it. Russell very dangerous for Hawaii, and Ennis will step off the rubber and now come put his right foot back on. And Ennis will step off the rubber again, trying to get Kapuras to stick to second, but Kapuras takes a 2-step lead out there when he does step away. Now Ennis checks him, and the pitch is on its way to Russell. Russell will swing for strike one. For Kobe Russell, he is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. I mentioned the 2 RBIs off that triple his last at bat. Russell has played behind the plate as he is today, at third base and on the mound, and we've got a pitch upstairs for ball one. So Idaho and Washington playing at the 7 o'clock game. We're in the bottom of the 6th here. Hawaii trying to make a game of it here. We would actually, last year for the Northwest Regional Tournament, the Saturday nightcap game would be between Hawaii and Montana, Missoula host team. And that one would get extended innings. We would get home late on that one. The host team, Missoula, getting the win over Hawaii. I think it was a 9-inning game, and this one's going to be blasted down the first base line, foul into the bullpen, and we'll have strike 2 to Russell. But as with Legion Baseball, as the boys grow, teams change. Ennis now with the 1-2. Swung on. This one's going to come off the top of the bat. It's going to be into the hands of the second baseman. The throw is made in time, and that's the side. So 2 runs earned off of 1 left on, and Hawaii makes it a game, 10-8. We go to the top of the 7th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at MPSN406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. NPSN.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN and KFBC Cheyenne. And there's a change on the field. Was listening into what the umpire had to say. I believe it's coming on Wyoming's end. In the batting order, Russell. And actually, no. We have Callejo behind the plate now. Russell is at third for Hawaii. And I can't see, I believe we've got a new pitcher on the mound. I can't see the number though. And he didn't turn around quite enough for me to see the number. There we go, number 25. That's Nelson Storm. So Weirman done with 15 total pitches. And Nelson Storm will come in to try to finish it out. For Hawaii. Top of 7. Wyoming leading 10-8. They would like to put a little cushion. It's Zach Alcos, number 25. And Ennis will pop this one up over third. Russell looks for it, and he'll put it in the glove, and that's out number 1. So the number in the book does not match, and it is Zach Alcos on the bump. And Nico Vite coming to the plate now. And the first pitch to Vite will be over the plate for strike 1. So Hawaii looking to go 3 up, 3 down here. And Vite will send this one backwards for strike 2. So 0-2 on the count. Nobody on. Top of 7. Wyoming 10, Hawaii 8. They're looking to get through the bottom of this, or the top of the 7th inning, so they have a chance at the bottom to take this one or possibly send it to bonus baseball. Here's the pitch, and we'll be upstairs for ball 1. So 1-2 on the count to Vite. Vite is 1 for 3. Was hit by a pitch his last at bat and has a run to add to his stats. Here's the pitch, and that one's across the knees to get us to ball 2. Got a few of the Hawaii fans sitting down below here, and They are on the edge of their seat. Here's the pitch. And we'll be upstairs to get a full count at 3-2. So Alcos coming in to pitch. Russell is at third, and Callejo, as this one's blasted back towards us for a foul ball. We stay at 3-2. Wyoming trying to hold on. They've got a 2-run lead over Hawaii, 10-8. And Hawaii trying to stay alive. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be blasted into left field. Left fielder's back, searches for it, and he puts it in the glove, and that's 2 down. Takes us to Ryan Andrian, who is at short now, who is the shortstop now.
Number 3, Ryan Andren.
So Andren will settle in. He is 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Here's the pitch by Alcos, and it'll get us ball 1. Oh, I was looking at the Wyoming. That's why I had Nelson Storm down for number 25. And the pitch will slide over the plate for strike 1. Nelson Storm was in there in the batting order. But I don't have a 25 for Hawaii. Their numbers don't match what's in the book, and we'll have ball 2. That's all right, though. It doesn't matter the number on the jersey. It's the player that fills it in. So 2-1 on the count. Pitch on the way. And we'll be upstairs for 3-1. Max Pedroza in the on-deck circle for Wyoming. 2 down, nobody on, top of 7. Close game, 10-8. Outside of the 8 runs earned by Wyoming in the 5th inning, as this one's popped up over the first base line. It's going to land 4 rows up. And we'll have strike 2 to give us a full count at 3-2. And this one's going to be rolled out into center field, and a runner will be on board for Wyoming with 2 outs. So we go to Max Pedroza now with 2 down and 1 on board. And it's Storm Nelson, not Nelson Storm. It's written the other way in the book, but like I said, book's just a reference point. It's not the number, it's the man that fills the jersey. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be in the dirt for ball 1 to Pedroza. Pedroza, 1 for 3 with 2 runs and a walk. Idaho and Washington fans starting to fill in the seats here as they get ready for the 7 o'clock game. This one will slide over the plate to get us to strike 1 to Pedroza. R.J. Prince in the on-deck circle for Wyoming. Here's the pitch by Alcos. And that will come over the plate for strike 2. "24 total hits on the game between the two teams. 11 for Wyoming, 13 for Hawaii, as this one bounces foul down the third base line, and Pedroza will battle to stay alive. Alcos looking to shut him down. Wyoming wanting to get to the bottom of the 7th so they can play. Here's the 1-2 by Alcos. Swung on. This one's popped up over first base. First baseman's looking for it in the sun. He'll find it. It's in the glove, and that's the side. So Wyoming will put one on board, but they leave him there. We go to the bottom of the 7th where Hawaii looks to earn 3 runs to get a win. They're down 10-8. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey base in a one-size ring.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network and KFBC Cheyenne. Chris Stratton in Missoula, Montana for the 2018 American Legion Northwest Region Tournament. As Hawaii and Wyoming are battling to stay alive, it's win or go home on today's match. We're down to 5 teams as Alaska has been sent home by Montana with a 16-3 win. Both these teams trying to do the same. Wyoming wins. They move on. And they will play Washington. Idaho and Washington playing in this nightcap tonight. And leading off for Hawaii is their catcher, Shiloh Kaeo. And on the bump, it's Ennis, and Braxton Ennis' first pitch of the inning will be a ball. So Wyoming needing to play some good defense and have Ennis throw the final inning. Here's the pitch, and Kaeo will let it go by. It's going to be strike 1, though. 1-1 on the count. Bottom of 7. Jerem Sugimoto in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-1 by Ennis. And another check swing, but that one's going to get us. They look down the line and they say ball 2. First base umpire Chris Aldinger giving this the signal. Kaeo. And he'll let the ball go outside to get to ball 3. Kaeo, 0 for 3, reached off a fielder's choice his second at bat. And now the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be into right field. Right fielder will track it down, looks for it in the sun, and it's in the glove for a 1 out. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the first baseman, Jaren Sugimoto. Sugimoto with the catch to finalize the top of the 7th. So Jaren Sugimoto settles in. Pitch on the way, and it'll be ball 1. Sugimoto 0 for 3, reached off a fielder's choice, his second at bat though. Ennis with the pitch, and will be outside for ball 2. Zach Alcos in the on-deck circle for Hawaii with 1 out and nobody on. And Pedroza will ask for a new ball from our umpire Eric Holden, and Holden will oblige. The pitch. Outside, and we'll have ball 3. 3-0 on the count with 1 out. Sugimoto settles into the box, and the pitch is on its way. And the 3-0 will get us to strike one. For Sugimoto against Oregon, he'd go 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. This one's going to be in the center field. It's going to hop in front of the center fielder, and Hawaii will have a runner on at first with 1 out. That takes us to the pitcher, number 25, Zach Alcos. And actually, it's number 27 at the plate.
Your attention, please, for Hawaii. Batting for Alcos. Number 27, Christian Macklem.
So Christian Macklem. Packram, so I heard that wrong. Packram will have the first one go by for strike one. Ennis with the pitch, and it'll be swung on for strike two. Both sides, fans on the edge of their seats. Wyoming wanting this one to be cashed out. Hawaii trying to stay alive. Here's the pitch. And we'll be outside for ball one. So this is the first at-bat on the tournament for Packram. Ennis with the stretch. And this will be fouled backwards into the batter. He stays alive at 1-2. And a new ball will be tossed out to Ennis. So we've got the 1-2 with 1 on and 1 out. Bottom of 7. Hawaii trying to swing into it. They're down 10-8. All or nothing here. Pitch on the way. Swung on, and out number 2 will be a strikeout by Ennis. That'll be the first strikeout. Nope, second strikeout, as he did strike out Onamura in the last half inning. So that takes us to the bottom of the order to Paul Metzorucci. Runner at first, steps away with a 1.5 step lead. Here's the pitch, and it's going to slide over the plate for strike one. Metzorucci settles in. And we go with the 0-1. Swung on. This one's going to be popped up. Second baseman at the fringe. It's in the glove, and that's a side. Wyoming comes away with the 10-8 win over Hawaii. So Wyoming will move on. And 2 hours and 33 minutes on the game. Washington and Idaho will be up next, but the Wyoming boys getting 10 runs off of 11 hits, 2 errors, and 5 left on. For Hawaii, it would be 8 runs off of 14 hits, 5 errors, and 7 left on. So Wyoming moves on. Hawaii will be sent home after a valiant effort here in Missoula. We'll have the next game, supposed to be scheduled at 7, but we'll have a little time to get the field ready. We hope that you come back and tune in. For our listeners in on KFBC Cheyenne, well, we'll have your game tomorrow, and want to thank you for tuning in, and most importantly, we want to thank Keith Kelly for running the 1s and 2s back in the studio. We hope that you have a good evening, and stay tuned. We'll have the next game up shortly, Washington and Idaho. We'll be back with the next game.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well,